You're listening to the Productive Not Busy podcast, where our mission is to make you more money so you'll have less stress and more free time. It's all about mindset, attitude, and taking action. And your host, Wayne Weathersby, knows how to make that happen. He's negotiated and closed over $150 million in contracts while building businesses with proven success strategies that he wants to share with you. So if you're ready to make some real money, then let's get to it. Here's Coach Wayne.
Welcome back. Today's episode, we are talking about creating a lucrative wealth mindset. A lucrative guide to creating a wealth mindset, you ask? What might that be? I'm fixing to tell you. Without a wealth mindset, it's unlikely that you'll do the things necessary to build and preserve wealth. See, a wealth mindset is necessary, but it's totally insufficient on its own. However, a wealth mindset creates the potential to change your financial life in a big way. Your mindset is just like a starting point, kind of like a roadmap. Most people have a mindset of a short-term enjoyment. Do you understand what that means? They spend money to make themselves feel better in that moment, with little regard for the following term or ramifications. How many times have you yourself been excited to purchase something that turned out to be less than exciting after you owned it for a week or so? Or at Christmas, your kid couldn't wait to get something all year long, and then he gets it, and then a couple of days later, you find it on the shelf or in the corner. So my question to you is, would you like to create a wealth mindset? I work on this a bunch with people. I don't know if it's folks that don't feel that they deserve it. They don't know how to get there. It's not easy, something. But I'd like to enhance your mindset and your financial situation with a couple of techniques that I've learned over my course of the years. So number one, we're going to talk about take your spending seriously. See, a wealth mindset requires taking your money and your spending very seriously, making it a priority. Each dollar you spend has the potential to decrease your wealth by more than just that dollar. I'm going to give you an example here on how this works. See, if you purchase a $50,000 boat, the impact isn't just the price of the boat, see? What goes along with that boat? The gas, the insurance, the maintenance, and so on. There's also the opportunity of cost. You could have invested that money in something that would actually build your wealth, i.e. real estate. Next, you also lose the time you spend enjoying and dealing with your boat. That time you could have spent on creating more wealth is the enjoyment. So is the enjoyment worth more to you than the money, is what I'm asking. Only you can decide what's right for you in the long term. Again, I'm not harassing people for buying boats, but some people don't look at the big picture. Sometimes the idea of owning a boat is much better than actually owning a boat after you look at all the cost and depreciation. Things not going up in value, I promise. See, a wealth mindset takes spending seriously and considers the short and long-term effects and impact of your dollars. That's why number two, focus on creating value. A job can be lucrative, but it can take years to reach the point in your career that you're making a huge salary, right? The wealthiest people create the most value and charge others for it. So consider how you can contribute the greatest amount of value to the world and get paid for it. Something to ponder. So that brings us to the next part. Spend your time wisely. One of your greatest powers is your ability to choose how you spend your time. A person with a wealth mindset uses their time effectively, efficiently, productively. How do you spend your free time? Are you building wealth, learning about wealth, or spending your time on something else? Now, again, I'm not judging. No judgment here on how you spend your time. But you can't have both. Learn about wealth creation. The more you know, the more you can do. Unless you're very fortunate, no one pulled you aside and taught you about wealth when you were little. You might not even know anyone who is wealthy. It's up to you to learn. Everything is there for you to know about wealth. Create wealth. You want to be a millionaire? Hang out with millionaires. You want to sell $1 million property? Hang out where $1 million property people hang out. So you got to think big. It's important to have big goals, ideas, and plans and expectations. Conservative goals are for average people. Wealth and average don't go together. Not a good mix. Imagine that you could make steady progress for 25 years. Where would you end up? Now create a plan to accomplish that in 5 years. That's thinking big. That's how I break down my goals and expectations. I have my 90-day year goals. In other words, I take what I want to do for the year and I try to get it done in 90 days. With that sense of urgency, I'm way farther along all the time on my goals when I work on them in 90-day chunks. Consider how your behaviors, thinking, and decisions relate to your wealth and your goals. Before you do anything, consider how it will impact the achievement of your goal. Each dollar you spend can take you farther away from or closer to the end result. Each person you date will either be a help or an obstacle, or it could be your significant other. In a nutshell, ask yourself, what am I doing or what am I going to do to make me more likely or less likely to achieve my goals and expectations? Hang around wealthy people. Hang around successful people. If you're a football player, you don't hang around with the third string guy, you hang out with the superstar. Train with him. You become more like the people you hang around. Wealthy people have a different way of viewing the world and making decisions. You can gain a lot of ground by just hanging out with them. Find where they hang out, bring some value, and hang around them on a regular basis. If you want to turn your financial life around, your mindset is a great place to start. If you do some research, you'll find that wealthy people don't view money in the same way that the financially challenged people do. When your mindset changes, the way you view the world changes. That is the first step to creating a wealth mindset. You guys take care, be safe, say something nice to somebody, and sell a bunch. See you next time.
You've been listening to the Productive Not Busy podcast with Coach Wayne. Join us next time for more money-making strategies to help you have less stress and more free time. Follow us on Facebook at Productive Not Busy, on Instagram at frontline.coach.wayne, and on Twitter at Wayne New Jr. And remember, be productive, not busy.